Alright, today's topic is on inequalities. I put the picture down here of the alligator because back in elementary school I know that you're all told the alligator eats the bigger number. But for Math 7 and Math 6-7 purposes, we're going to call number 1 greater than, number 2 less than, it's like a sideways L, number 3 greater than or equal, we add the line underneath the greater than sign, number 4 we have less than or equal, so before we start solving inequalities, let's be sure that we know how to read them properly. So I made a note here that we always start with the variable. So look at number 1. So the variable's right here with f. So that's f is less than or equal I ran on the space there with the L, to -5. Number 2, t is less than 7.25. Alright, look at number 3. So the variable is here with b, so we'll start from that side. b is less than 6. Number 4, the variable's on the right side of the symbol, so we'll start with that. M is greater than or equal to 2. So the first thing that we're going to focus on with today's lesson is how to solve inequalities. It's really the same concept that we use to solve equations. So the first step is to use inverse operations. So again, inverse operations would be like the opposite of adding is subtracting. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we use those inverse operations to get the variable by itself. So I put stars next to number 2 because this is really important. If the number that you multiply or divide by on both sides is negative, you flip the sign. I'll show you what I mean by that in just a minute. Alright, so example number 1. So we're going to solve these to determine what the variable would be. We're looking for the solution to the inequality. Let's make a note. Solution is a value that makes the inequality true. So like number 1, we have 12 times x is less than 48. So we'll cancel out multiplication with division. So divide by the number with the variable, we'll divide both sides by 12. We'll get x is less than 4. So what that means is, if we look back at the note over here on the left about solutions, any number that's less than 4 would make this a true statement. So for instance, if you wanted to check it, let's say we tried 3, because 3 is less than 4. 12 times 3 is less than 48. We get 36 is less than 48. That's true, so we got that right. Alright, number 2, we have x minus 3 is greater than 2. So cancel out subtraction with addition. So we add 3 to both sides. We get x is greater than 5. To check it, we could choose any number that's bigger than 5. Let's try 6. 6 minus 3 is greater than 2. 3 is greater than 2. That one's right. Alright, number 3. -3 times x is less than or equal to 18. Okay, so we'll divide both sides by -3. Because the number that I'm dividing by on both sides is negative, I have to flip the sign. Again, anytime that you multiply or divide by a negative number, we flip the inequality symbol. So we get x is greater than or equal to, see, that's what I mean by flip it. X is greater than or equal to -6. I'm going to highlight that just so you'll see it. So what that means is a solution for this inequality would be any number greater than or equal to -6. So technically, because it says equal to, we could choose -6. So -3 times -6 is less than or equal to 18. We get 18 is less than or equal to 18. That's true.